Hello, mate.
Good morning. I say morning, it's definitely afternoon now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 20 to 2. But it was a good morning, so.
How's your lunch break going?
Good, mate. I had my chicken, rice and spinach. Pure bodybuilder diet. Yeah.
Proper bodybuilding. I had 3 eggs, a sausage and a toasted tea cake.
Proper strength and conditioning training diet.
Yeah, I've had no veg. I actually had some olives. So there's my greens.
Perfect. So that actually leads us nicely on to our topic of conversation for today, doesn't it?
Yes, and we're going to try and keep it concise and to the point because we've put this episode off for about a week now because of things going on in the world. We just kind of felt like this was irrelevant and this wasn't particularly important with everything else that's going on in the world. So we put it off long enough, though. People keep asking for it, so we're going to get around to actually doing it.
Yeah, we're going to do the follow-up to what we asked you to do about 10 days ago. So I think at the end of the last episode, we asked you to do a food diary where you were going to take a couple of days in the week and a day at the weekend and just write down everything that you eat and drink. Okay, and the purpose of that was so that we can give you a little bit of feedback on this food diary and have a look at what you're missing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the biggest issue people come across when they're working like this with someone is a coach, or they'll start looking at your food log and they'll say, right, they'll just start crossing things out, or they'll start substituting things in straight away. I think the important thing to tackle it from a perspective of what's missing to start with. Let's start adding things in. Let's have a look at what's missing in your food diary and we'll go from there.
100%, because actually if you're adding in things that are missing, generally that's going to fill out your diary and you're going to eat less of the stuff anyway that you shouldn't be having. So that's kind of a great way to look at it, I think. Is that what you do with your clients? You just look at their diary they've given you and...
100%.
100%.
100%. We should just say thank you to Karen for pointing that out to us. But apparently each episode we say 100% over and over and over again. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but 100%, mate. But it's because we're such good coaches. 100%.
100%.
Everything is 100% correct, so.
Cool. Should we have a look at your food diary then? What's the first thing you ate this morning? First thing you ate or drank this morning?
Coffee would be the first thing I had. Big black coffee.
Yours was coffee, was
it?
Cool. Okay, cool. So for me, if I'm looking at that as auditing a client's, I'm going to say, right, we need fluid, we need water before coffee. Does that ever happen for you?
No, but it should, because you're right. You wake up dehydrated. First thing you should drink is nice big glass of water. Me, I think I get up now like 10 minutes before I start work, and I want that little kick. I want that. I'm not gonna lie. I used to get up at 2 hours before work, walk the dog, do this, drive to shit. Now it's like I just wake up and walk downstairs. So, but it's a really bad habit, drinking coffee as your first drink, because you are just dehydrating yourself further, right?
Yeah, I think it's a great shout. 100%. So if the first thing that passes your lips in the morning isn't water, we can say what's missing in your food diary to start with is fluid first thing in the morning. I think that's a big thing that's missing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, like with water generally and fluid, I think most of us are probably under what we should be. So if you look at your food diaries now, chances are you haven't got 6 to 8 glasses of water on there. You know, and I think that is one thing that you need to put in straight away.
Yeah, we'd say if there's not, would we say 6 to 8 glasses of water? Is that what we're going for, do you think?
Yeah, as a figure, I'd say like 1.5 to 2 litres is a good place to start. I probably drink about 3.5 litres. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'd probably go a little bit north of that, but it's worth us mentioning that you shouldn't just jump straight in and start pounding a gallon of water a day if you're not used to it. If currently all you're surviving on is 2 teas and 3 coffees a day, trying to pound 3 litres of water a day is not going to be good for you. But we're taking a slow approach.
A slow approach. Slow approach is the best approach. And I think this is the same with anything we're going to tell you about your food diary. Like, good habits don't happen overnight. So we need to slowly start implementing these as and when you can. So start off with adding a few little things in and then build up to what we're saying. But ideally, your food diary wants to have 6 to 8 glasses of water at the beginning. Does it matter the size of the glass? Are we being pedantic? Are we going to...
Well, this is a tricky one, isn't it? Because, I mean, I go pint glasses. 6 to 8 of that's probably going to put you into the 3-4 litre mark. I think for me, it's about consistency.
Yeah, and you can probably manage 6 to 8 of those quite comfortably. So I'm a bottle kind of person, so again, it's easy for me. I can just measure the amount rather than the amount of glasses of water. But I think that it's about creating a good habit. So for the beginning, if you're not having enough, just 6 to 8 regular sized glasses of water, looking to drink around 1.5 to 2 litres a day.
100%. Should we move on to breakfast?
Yes. So what have most of you got written down for breakfast? What have you got, Ben?
Well, this morning I went with a shake, and that's normal. That's normal for me. Banana, cinnamon, maybe some sort of fat, pea protein I like. But that's what's missing for me, for the majority of my clients, is protein. What I know you're going to have protein for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm going to have protein every meal, to be perfectly honest with you. I think that's a golden rule for me. But
yeah,
you know, I think it's I think if you're only eating 3 meals a day, let's say for example, which probably most general population are aiming for that, as we are taught breakfast, lunch, and dinner for our whole lives, then if only 2 of your meals have protein, you're not going to be getting anywhere near the amount of protein we think you should have in order to build muscle and keep your metabolism in a good place, stay satiated really, so you're not snacking through on other things throughout the day. And I think for me, like, it's very easy to put protein into your breakfast.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who, you know, cereal, even if you're a cereal person, you know, I was chatting to you the other day, and, you know, like, you do the same as me. You can easily replace the milk for a protein shake, which you then pour over your cereal. So again, you've added in, 25 grams of protein for breakfast, quite easily.
And you can make it flavoured. You can have a chocolate milkshake, milk cereal.
Yeah, exactly that.
And that's just superb. Other than that, you've got the overnight oats, which are very popular. You can go with yogurt-based alternatives. You can buy the little the actual individual sachet pots. Got 20 grams of protein already stored in it. Add some fruit to that. Maybe, you know, if you like your cereals, your granolas, a pinch of that on top, and you've got actually a very macro-friendly breakfast. Macronutrient. Is that an abbreviation or is that alliteration?
Yes. It is one of the two. It's a very easy thing to do. I mean, you can literally just have a protein shake for breakfast alongside your cereal, if nothing else.
I very regularly do that.
Eggs is an easy one to have for breakfast. Nothing wrong with eggs on toast if that's what, you know. There's lots and lots of options, but I think we need to try and move people away from having really high sugary, you know, cereals with milk. What was it your dad likes to have? White toast?
My dad.
Yeah.
Every morning, he's starving half hour after. White bread, marmalade, toast. White bread toast with marmalade. And that's every morning. And he'd live on that if he could. He loves it. But he's hungry all the time. Yeah,
and we're not just being mean personal trainers and just trying to get you to change everything for the sake of it. If you have a really high sugary carby breakfast, your blood sugar is going to spike and it's going to come down very fast, and it's going to leave you feeling really hungry because you need that sugar kick mid-morning. Bit of protein in there, a little bit less sugar, or even add a bit of protein, a bit of fat. Fat will slow the digestion down. All of these things will keep you satiated for longer and maybe get you through to lunch. So there is a reason we're doing it, not just to ruin your day.
No, we're not just protein-infused bodybuilders, but the bodybuilding industry seems to be anecdotally, ahead of the curve on a lot of these things. And protein with every meal is a staple for a bodybuilding diet, isn't it? We can learn from that. We really can.
Yeah, and this is not me just promoting bodybuilding, of course, but, I think the bodybuilding diet is very, very good. It's eating more veggies, it's eating a wider range of foods. I think the bad press with bodybuilding diets is people get into an extreme state of low body fat. So it becomes, towards the end of a prep, not something sustainable for most people. And it's also a bit too repeatable. If you're doing a prep, you're not going to be changing too many things around. So again, if you're not prepping, you can still stick to a very, very good, balanced bodybuilding styled diet, which will get you a very good weight loss or weight gain muscle building result.
Can we add that one to the list of Chris's dictionary?
Which one did I
love
say?
the way you chose the word repeatable over repetition.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah. I'm full of words.
Cool. So, sorry. Let's say if you are not consuming protein with breakfast, if breakfast is a meal that you consume, let's let's look to add protein in to breakfast, and let's see how how your body responds to appetite, hunger, your mood. Let's have a look, see how that does.
Yeah.
What's the next thing we're going to look at? What's missing? Neither of us have sworn this episode yet, have we?
No, man. I've been told how much I swear is unacceptable. So
it's unacceptable. Well, I'm going to break that pact now, and I'm going to tell you all: eat your fucking veg.
I was going to post this under the PG rating on you. I was literally like, I've got it, and you've just ruined it with one sentence. But when it comes to veggies,
maybe we could bleep that out. Eat your freaking veg, guys. Eat your freaking veg. Do you have vegetables? What are we saying? 2 to 3 portions in at least a couple of your meals?
Yeah, I'd say like that's probably going to be missing on most people's food diary. So you might have your protein source in a good place. You might have your carb source as a good carb in a good place. But most of you will be neglecting your veggies. So I would say at least 2 meals of the day. You want to be having 2 to 3 different types of veggies. And throughout the week, we want to vary those veggies as well. So we're not just eating the same ones over and over and over again.
Yeah. If you obviously have 0 vegetables or fruits in your diet at the moment, just adding a couple is going to be hugely beneficial. My mum, I've told you about this before, I have an eye about my mum's current thing that she's on. She's on a kick where she is, over the course of a 7-day period, trying to eat. She's not worrying about like 5 a day. She's worrying about a different 30 per week. So she's trying to eat 30 different plants throughout the week. And that she's forcing her to get more creative and adding different vegetables in new creative ways with meals. If you don't have the vegetables in your diet, let's look at that. So that's our next point we want to bring you to. Are you eating adequate vegetables and or fruit in your diet? What about fruit? How do you feel about fruit?
Yeah, I think, again, I wouldn't be scared of it. I think it gets a bad rep because of the sugar content, but not many people are going to get fat eating too much fruit. Okay, I think as long as you're not stupid with it, then, 2 to 3 different types of fruit a day, minimum, really.
I love fruit. I absolutely adore fruit. I'll always opt for berries and things like that, and they're absolutely packed full of nutrients, packed full of fibre. They are going to help to fill you up, and that's where the nutrients are. No one, as far as I'm aware, ever got obese from only eating fruit.
No, and the thing is, I think it's very simple to add it into your diet. So if you're eating yogurts for breakfast or whatever, you can chuck a few berries in there, and I think as early as if you're going to snack, if you're snacking on fruit, it's going to take you away from those other sugary things. So people are saying fruit's bad for you, are probably also eating a packet of biscuits or crisps through the week. If you if you can add a few fruits in, even though they're a bit sugary, it might actually prevent you from eating the crap that you shouldn't be eating, and you will end up with a better result from it anyway. More nutrients. It's your vitamins and minerals, isn't it? So I think, and just going back to what you said about veg, I've actually been, I've probably neglected it for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't been as good as I normally am. And then the last 3 or 4 days, I've been making sure at least 2 different types of veggies with 2 or 3 of my meals. I feel so much fuller. Like if I'm not eating my veg, I can easily eat my 5-6 meals a day. If I'm packing them with a couple of veggies, I actually really struggle to get those meals in. And it just shows you how much fuller you feel. And we say it to people, but they don't believe it. Just try it. Try it for a couple of days, and you will notice the difference in your hunger levels.
Yeah, you made an interesting point there about sweet treats. If you are the sort of person who likes pudding, I'll always opt for Oreos are my thing, or Bourbons. But if you are a sort of sweet tooth kind of person, go for some raspberries. Are very sweet, almost exclusively fibre. Blueberries, ridiculously low. Put it with some yogurt, get your protein content up as well. So, fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables. One of my favourite little snacks actually is I'll get one of those, the 0% yogurt. 0% yogurt. I'll chuck in some blueberries, chop up banana. Leo normally eats half of it because you can't have a banana around him without him taxing a bit. So with it, blueberries, banana. I'll a bit of pear, and then I just put I get the Rouse light and mild honey, and just put, I have measured it before. It's about 5 to 10 grams. It's not a lot, but you just drink. It's a great little dessert, and it's not high in calories, and it's not gonna damage your whole week.
Yeah.
I'm actually giving out what's the word? A menu.
A menu.
What's the thing? A recipe. I'm giving out a recipe. And if you've seen my cooking, you know it's good.
I'll give one of my favourite fruit recipes in a sec. But, no, sorry. You want a good fruit recipe? By the way, if you think Chris should launch a recipe book, we know he's very popular on the Facebook group Rate My Plate. If you think Chris should release a recipe book, give us a comment in the comment section down below. But powdered peanut butter, right? Powdered peanut butter, banana, dip it.
Yeah, peanut butter and banana is very, very good.
And especially if it's the powdered form, you can buy it from PB28, or there's loads of variations out there you can buy. I think My Protein do one. It's peanut butter without the fat content, so it's so good as well. It's so good. You can thank Leanne for that recipe as well. We'll give Leanne a shout out.
Leanne, I'll be trying it. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. 100%.
So, I don't think we need to go any further into that. I think they should be our 3 non-negotiables that will transform people's daily food intake. So we're going to say...
Yeah, let's go with that.
Non-negotiable number 1, 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, or around, 1.5 to 2 litres, if you want to measure it. Minimum. We're going to say protein with every meal, including breakfast. And we're going to say veggies, 2 to 3 different types of veggies with at least 2 meals a day.
I think for the majority of people, that is going to drastically fill some gaps in their meals, in their eating, and hopefully give them some benefit.
Yeah, you're going to be more hydrated. You're going to sleep better. You're going to train better, and you're going to be an athlete, a lean fighting athlete, purely on those 3 little things.
Apologies to anyone who has chased us down, because I didn't realise how many people are actually listening to this. So apologies to anyone that we have taken an extra week to get this out. But yeah, real world situations just sort of seemed a little bit more important and seemed to overshadow this. So.
Yeah. But you had extra time to do your homework. And if you didn't do your homework in those extra days, do your food diary this week. And you can cheat because you can work back from what we've said.
And drink your water, eat your protein, and eat your freaking veg.